Story time, children. Gather round. Gonna tell you a little tale. Would you like that? Oh, would that make you feel good? Alright then, listen in. This story is about the first and only time that I did ecstasy.
Ecstasy, ecstasy.
So I was chilling, doing my thing at a house in the small town of Jacksboro, Texas. Chilling with some buddies, doing our thing, drinking beer, playing beer pong. You might have remembered it. It's a game we used to play that involved throwing balls at cups, draining cups, doubling up on the beer pong table. Rebuttal, as some of you fucking silly ass clowns used to call it, reboto. That shit would piss me off. Rebuttal. It's a fucking word. Look it up. Learn how to spell it. Get a fucking brain. Goddamn. Anyway, we were playing beer pong. Suddenly, someone busted out some exos. I was like, let me get a taste of those exos. I want to get fucking blasted, bro. I'm trying to have a good time out here. So I took one, popped it down the hatch. Straight down the hatch. Don't look back. Didn't. Faced directly forward across the beer pong table. Noticed some competition. I was like, we about to get it on and popping in this bitch, because now I'm fucked up. So I was teamed up with a man named Robert. Or was it Thomas? That night, I couldn't remember. As the ecstasy hit me, I became more and more unable to remember that motherfucker's name. So, I was feeling good, and I kept fucking with him. I was like, yo, Robert, hit that cup over there. We trying to get balls back, motherfucker. My name's Thomas. It's Thomas. I didn't ask you what your fucking name was. I said it's Robert. Listen to me. I'm fucking your teammate, and we're gonna win this shit. But only if you let me call you by the name I want to call you, Robert. So anyway, kept fucking with him. Head started tingling. Little shocks, pulses in my fucking brain as I got more and more blasted. Drain cup. Drain cup. Balls back. Drano! We continued to win. Over and over, the competition fell at our feet. And they wanted to suck our cocks. No, but we were having a good time. I was like, yo, Thomas, my name's Robert. I did not fucking ask you that. Anyway, we about to win again. He started to get a little frustrated. This guy was probably about, I may have the details off here, but he was probably about 6'2", about 250. Big motherfucker. Big old country boy type motherfucker. But I did not give a fuck. Correction, he was probably more like 275 or so. Big motherfucker. But anyway, we had fun. Eventually we lost. I don't know to who. Fucking ain't nobody gonna remember that. And nobody gives a fuck. So we dispersed. I let the XO continue to hit me. I was feeling real good at that point. So started to drain more beers. Maybe a little bit of liquor. And then came the time when we had to be against each other. Him across the table, me on this side of the table. And I was like, my old homie, now I gotta take him down. Gotta take him down. And I knew just how to wear that motherfucker down. You know it too. by calling that motherfucker by his not correct name. Now, his brother's name was either Robert or Thomas. Don't remember, don't care. So, maybe he was a little offended because his brother was a bit of a douchebag. Meanwhile, I am a bit of a baller. And I was balling on that motherfucking beer pong table. And from across the table, I saw him start to give me a little bit of a mean mug as I continued to shout his wrong name across the table. Yo, Robert, you missed that one. You missed it. My name is Thomas! I did not ask you that motherfucking question. There was not a question, Robert. So shut the fuck up and play the game. He started to get more and more fucking pissed off. Suddenly, the straw that broke the camel's sack. I saw him ball up both of his fists, balled them up, lifted them above his head, brought them down on the side of the beer pong table. Now it was balanced on something in the middle. And this motherfucking beer pong table was like a seesaw. It launched into the air and flew backwards. Cups flying everywhere. Beer spilled. People in shock, wondering what the fuck had just happened. He screamed out, "If this motherfucker calls me Robert or Thomas or whatever again, I'm gonna beat his ass." I was like, I was laughing it up. He didn't like that shit. Suddenly he got aggressive. I thought I was only moments away from an ass whipping I was probably due from karma from years and years ago. I probably needed my fucking face kicked in. But that night, didn't happen. I stepped back. Several of my friends were standing around. I looked over again, and I told them, "Don't let this guy beat me up." There were tingles. There were shocks. There was all kind of good shit going on in a motherfucker's brainstem. I was feeling good. Nothing was bringing me down. I was happy about everything. Even in the face of imminent death, I was happy. Told my friends, don't let this guy beat my ass. As if I was worried about the ass whooping I was about to receive. Anyway, a little bit hazy on the details after that. But he didn't come after me. Instead, he turned his sights on someone else at the party. We went in the backyard because there was a commotion, a ruckus. We were having some sort of fucking tire fire out back. Straight dead center in the middle of town. In city limits, burning tires, giant plumes of smoke and flames rising above the house, threatening to burn it down. We did not give no fucks. We was having fun, but there was a fight breaking out in that backyard. I can't remember if anyone got a brutal WWF smackdown, but a lot of other shit happened after that. The next thing I remember was some people out front of the house stepped up, trying to start some problems, trying to say something about we was on their turf. Don't remember who, and even if I did, I wouldn't say no names. 'Cause I ain't no snitch. I ain't no bitch ass, mark ass motherfucker. Anyway, shit went down. Ended up body slamming my friend because he was instigating fights. Next thing I knew, a hatchet man attacked a dryer with a hatchet. We're talking insane clown motherfucking whoop whoop posse bullshit. None of which I fucking support. Fuck juggalos. but a dryer got beaten to death by a hatchet. Don't know why. Why did that need to happen? Don't know. Anyway, we ended up running off all the people that was trying to start some shit. And as I saw Robert Thomas, whatever the fuck his name was, leaving, he was about 50 yards down the street, bathed in the light of a street light. He had his fist balled up. He was hunched over towards the ground, monkey punching the fucking pavement. Brutally intense punches. He was fucking pissed he had to leave. I guess he was having a great time being a fucking big tool and shit. But we made him leave, and he got pissed. Went home that night, got some sleep, woke up the next day, WebMD'd a bunch of shit. Now, for a guy with panic disorder, not something I should have done. Not something I should have done. But I fucking did it. And I found out that when you take ecstasy and you get fucking obliterated on mass amounts of alcohol, you can die. And I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to die. So I made a solemn vow to myself that I would never do ecstasy ever again. And not because I started a bunch of problems at the party, but because I was fearing for my health. Went back over to the party house, as we often did, next morning, hanging out, just waiting around on the next party. There was a motherfucker there, blasted, fucking shit hammered, still fucked up on ecstasy the next morning. He was chewing on a furry pink pillow. Kid you not, motherfucker was salivating, chewing on a furry pink, hot pink pillow. Looked him dead in his eyes, said, "You are fucking crazy, dude. And I'm never doing this shit again." Next thing I knew, somebody said some shit to me. And what they said was, "You're not allowed to do ecstasy anymore. You're banned from doing X." I said, I wasn't going to do it ever again anyway. Shit was fucked. They almost banned me from the party house because I basically set in motion a tragic turn of events that ruined everyone's night. Didn't care. Don't care. Love causing problems. So I never did X again. Yes, I've had opportunities. Every one of them, I've turned the shit down. Because I think back on that night. Though those tingles and that intense happiness and euphoria was fucking amazing, it wasn't worth it. Because I probably almost died. I could have passed in my sleep and would not be here now telling this bullshit story. And I know y'all need these stories in your life. If you want to hear that story in more detail with possibly some names revealed, head on over to the humble podcast, Brag Podcast. Listen to episode 22 or 3. I hope it's 23. Y'all ever seen the movie Number 23? Bit of a banger. It smacks. Psych, it's pretty gay. Jim Carrey's worst film ever. But anyway, check out the new episode. I believe Doopy's dropping it tomorrow. You can hear that and a bunch of other bullshit I talk about. Probably some motherfuckers gonna end up offended. You know what you can do? You can get fucked.